Hi, my name is Benjamin Katz, and welcome back to a special Canada edition of the 48 Cent Ice Cream Review, where today I'm at Manitou Mini-Mart in Manitou Beach, Saskatchewan, trying the two flavors, Lavender Lemonade and Penny's Favorite. Now I will note this is a mini marketplace, so it's not homemade ice cream, it is serving Chapman's ice cream, though the Lavender Lemonade is from a more local retailer. The rest of the flavors are all Chapman's. Let's get started with the Lavender Lemonade. It is a beautiful yellow, almost a banana colored ice cream with these lovely purple streaks. It looks a bit artificial and childish upon first glance, but we'll see how the flavor is. Maybe it's psychosomatic, but I could swear I'm tasting banana. It's clearly lemonade, right? It's, it's very sweet and acidic lemon flavor. I will say the lavender isn't doing much. You're not tasting really any lavender, even when you're going in just for the swirls. It may be just for the aesthetic, or maybe just the acid is overpowering the lavender too much to the point that it's imperceptible, but it's really just a lemonade ice cream. I don't love the ice cream. It's simplistic, sure, but that can, a simplistic ice cream can still be good. It tastes a bit freezer burned. The texture is not right, and while it is creamy in some spots, it's very chunkily iced in others. And the lavender swirl part is pure ice. So I can't say it's really a pleasant experience on the palate. To its credit, I'm sure that it would have been good had it have been served fresh. However, it's very clear that the freezer they're storing the ice cream in has been in operation with some of these containers for months at the very least. There was solid sort of crusts of ice around the containers. It was not a shop that seemed to have the most churn of their ice cream, especially before tourist season has really kicked in. We are in, early June, and it's still in the low 50s here. I'm guessing in the later summer, when the ice cream is churning through at a more rapid pace, you'll get a better experience. But right now, before the on-season has really started, the ice cream does taste a bit old. Let's move on to Penny's Favorite now. This is the Chapman's flavor. Chapman's is a Canadian-owned, Canadian-operated, Canadian-sold, Canadian national manufacturer and distributor. So you're going to get Chapman's all across Canada. Apparently they are, locally owned or Canadian owned with an independent operation as opposed to a larger conglomerate. So that's good at the very least. We'll see how their ice cream holds up. Oh, this is a good flavor. It's a brown butter base with peanut butter and fudge swirls throughout. It's smooth. Artificially smooth, mind you. It is perceptible, that difference between artificiality and, fresh churned smoothness. But I can't knock it. I think this is a well-done flavor. It's also important to note that Penny's Favorite is a new canister they got, so it hasn't gotten time to freeze burn yet. I'm guessing that the texture of the lemonade lavender would have been similar had it been as fresh. But I'm glad that I got Penny's Favorite instead of the other flavors, which really seemed, just to be surrounded by freezer burn, which is not the best for ice cream. A very texturally based experience. Now I'm curious, let's try the two flavors together. I don't see this going too well, but I've been surprised before. Not as bad as I thought it would be. The lemonade adds a nice acidic punch, some good citric acid to the otherwise very rich and savory brown butter flavor. So I'd say it's good. I think they work better individually, but they don't work poorly together. So that's something good for it. Though I can't knock it too much. This was 4.5 CAD, 3.25 USD. Great price. You're getting 2 scoops of ice cream for, 4.5 Canadian dollars. I think that's a great deal. Especially when it is manufactured ice cream, especially when it is served in this suboptimal condition. It's good they're not trying to fleece people. Especially because this seems to be a bit more of a tourist town on a lake. you know, catering to the beach goer, right? We're literally in Manitou Beach. So I do appreciate that while it is operated a bit suboptimally for ice cream, they're not charging an arm and a leg. They are more or less charging what this ice cream is worth, or at the very least what I would consider it being worth. And so that brings me to my closing thoughts. If it's not going to be good, it better be cheap. And you know, Manitou Mini-Mart is kind of going with that motto. It's manufactured ice cream stored poorly in a freezer year-round. It seems like if they're rotating their barrels out, it's only when they finish that, tub, as opposed to making sure that the ice cream stays fresh. But still, it was 4.5 Canadian, 3.25 USD for this, split scoop single. I can't argue with the price. I can't argue with the quality if the price is this good. So if you're already in Manitou Beach looking for some cheap ice cream, yeah, Manitou Mini-Mart will be a good option. But if you're looking for something homemade or well-crafted or stored and served properly, I would probably pick somewhere else. If you like this video and want to see more like it, consider subscribing or go to finefiltermarketing.com for more on the journey. Thank you.